Never would I have guessed that the lowly potato would turn out to be such a contentious issue. As the chairman of the subcommittee has pointed out, the potato, the fresh white potato, is the one and only fruit or vegetable that is now excluded from the WIC program in a truly perplexing decision by USDA. Unfathomably, the department did not base its rule for the WIC food packages on the most recent dietary guidelines, which reflect the latest science. Those guidelines found, for example, that we're not getting enough potassium nor fiber in our diet. I passed out a little chart that compares the potato with a banana. Everyone thinks of bananas when they think of potassium, and yet, in fact, the potato has more potassium in it than a banana. The guidelines that were issued in 2010 also actually called for an increase in the amount of vegetables in the categories in which potatoes fall, and yet that was not reflected in the department's decision. I do want to point out that we're not talking about French fries or potato chips here. We're talking about fresh white potatoes that do not have added sugars, fats, or oils. And so I think that's important to know as well. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I wonder if the senator from Iowa is aware of the fact that this bag of potatoes can be bought in his state with a WIC voucher at a farmer's market.
I'm very familiar.
But not at a grocery store. How in the world can that make any sense whatsoever? You can buy this if you go to a farmer's market that accepts a WIC voucher, but you can't buy it if you go to a grocery store. Second, if you look at the most recent dietary guidelines in 2010, you will see that the department chose instead to use guidelines that were written in 2005 rather than 2010 in excluding the white potato. The fact is, potatoes are cholesterol-free, fat-free, sodium-free, a good source of vitamin B, of folate, a good source of potassium, of fiber, and vitamin C. And it makes no sense that you're allowed to buy iceberg lettuce with a WIC voucher, which has very few nutrients, and you cannot buy wholesome, affordable potatoes, unless, of course, you go to a farmer's market.
Madam Chair.
Senator Leahy.
Madam Chair.